What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you could already tell by the title and the intro, this video is going to be explaining how you can become a better athlete, a more well-rounded athlete, be better at your sport, multiple sports, or just be in better conditioning and shape. So I'm gonna go touch on some points that has helped me over the last decade become a better version of myself athletically. But before we do that, Raw Nutrition sent me a package, and they also sent me a little card to go with it, just saying thank you for being a part of the team. So shout out to Raw, super grateful for that. I'm gonna open up this package and let's find out what they sent me. I have no idea what could be in here, but let's find out. This little bag here. Yo, dude, that's sick. They sent me a little massage gun. Oh, so needed this right now because I have one at home, but it's broken. So this is actually perfect. Shout out Raw for the massage gun. Best supplements in the game. If you want to use some, use code Jordan at checkout. Save yourself 10% off. With that being said, let's go talk about how you can become a better athlete. Okay, so the first tip that I have for you guys is to train smart and not just hard. So what I mean by that is to approach every training session strategically with a plan of what you're going to do for that session. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and everything is just going to be a disaster at that point. So the first thing you want to do is come up with a strategy on how you're going to approach the session. So let's talk about the gym, for example. If you come into the gym, you don't even know what muscle group you're going to train, it's going to be a disaster. You're going to be freestyling your workout. You're not going to really know what it is you need to do to hit your goals, whether that's aesthetic, strength, or muscle endurance. When it comes to any other athletic endeavor, skiing, swimming, running, biking, whatever your sport is, come up with a plan. Let's say you show up to practice, you're a hockey player. Your coach is going to have a plan in place for that practice with a set list of skills that you guys are going to work on to help you get better as a team, help you grow as an individual athlete, and get you guys to the victory in your next game. Whether that's going through a play strategy for the game that you have coming up, whether that's working on skills, footwork, etc. In any sports, the coach is always going to have a strategy coming into it. So now that you're your own coach and you are the athlete, you need to make sure that you keep this up. So pre-planning workouts, super important. You need to make sure that you're not pushing yourself 100% every workout, so you can allow yourself to recover for those 100% effort pushes. If you went into the gym every single day and tried to 1 rep max, there's a very good chance you're A, going to burn out, B, get injured, or C, just give up entirely because your muscle can't take the fatigue it's being put under. A lot of the work that you end up doing to hit those goals is done in little increments to build up to those massive 1 rep maxes, those massive personal bests when you run, those massive wins when you're in competition. So train smart and not just hard so that everything can be optimized to your goal and you can achieve success in the most linear and smooth way possible. Fuel like a pro. Every elite athlete is going to be optimizing their macronutrient intake. So if you're an endurance athlete, if you're a hybrid athlete, if you're a lifter, you need to be optimizing your macronutrient intake, especially before, during, and after your workout. If you're going to be on the ski hill for 6 to 8 hours, or you're going to be at a 2-hour basketball practice, or you're going to be playing soccer, doing drills for a couple hours, or you're running, whatever it is that's going to be an endurance-based event, carbohydrates and electrolytes are super important. So before every single workout, I recommend you have around 50 grams of carbohydrates, something that's fast acting. Multidextrin is a good source of fast acting carbohydrates. You can get that in a powder form. You can take that from bread. However, bread is going to be slower digesting, so I personally don't go that route before workouts. Rice Krispies are also a good source that I've used in the past. However, it's just not the best approach that I like to take. The best way that works for me personally is a liquid form of carbs. During my workout, I'm making sure that I'm staying on top of my electrolyte intake, making sure I'm getting enough adequate amount of sodium, especially if I'm going to be on the hill for a long period of time. I'm going in, making sure that I have enough electrolytes in my system. 1,000 milligrams of sodium is what I recommend if you're going to be training for around 2 hours, and to kind of satiate yourself over the 2-hour period with the 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Some other supplements that you can take: whey protein, creatine, L-carnitine, making sure that you have zinc, magnesium, all these other areas dialed in. Omegas are super important. Adequate amount of protein intake is huge. For someone like myself who is around 200 pounds, you want to make sure that you're getting in a pound of protein per pound of body weight. Now you can get a little bit under that. I would say around 15 to 20 grams under your body weight is okay. And 15 to 20 grams above your body weight is okay, but the good sweet spot is a pound per body weight. So that's 200 grams of protein per day is what I typically get. And the reason why you want to make sure you're getting an adequate amount of electrolytes, protein, and macronutrients is because it's going to help with recovery, it's going to help with performance, and it's going to help with overall energy levels to get you through days where you have to train multiple periods or have multiple sessions. So if you're gonna be fueling like a pro, you need to make sure that you recover like a champion. So getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep is going to be the most optimal for recovery. You wanna make sure that when you're in this sleep that it's uninterrupted. So a good tip that I usually do is try to use the bathroom before bed, making sure you get all the water out of your system so that doesn't give you the urge to wake up in the middle of the night and have to go use the bathroom. Having enough water before bed is also super important as well. It can help you wake up feeling a little bit more hydrated, a little bit less groggy. Having a proper nighttime routine is super important as well. Making sure that you're not exposing yourself to blue light before bed, maybe reading, winding down, whatever it is that works for you, to kind of help put yourself into a sleep a lot more easier and help ease the mind so you can get a full uninterrupted 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Don't train too late. So if you're training an hour before bed, that's going to be unoptimal for your sleep because it's going to take time for your body to recover, have your heart rate come down and get into a RHR mode, your resting heart rate mode. Otherwise, you're going to be elevated for slightly longer than what you want to be, which is going to be just not good for sleep and recovery, especially before bed. If you can only train that late, it's better than not training. However, get the training done in the morning, get it done early, get it done as soon as possible so that you have the rest of the day to allow your body to relax, to promote healthy sleep patterns. Now, going to bed at the same time every single day, waking up at the same time every single morning is going to be super optimal for your circadian rhythm. I highly recommend following a sleeping routine and pattern to help optimize everything so that you can recover like a champion. Mobility, stretching, and routines are super important for recovery. I'm someone who's been injured for the past 3 months and I'm finally getting back into it. So I highly recommend you are stretching, especially if you're a bodybuilder. You need to be stretching to become a better overall athlete. When you're weightlifting, your muscles get very tense, they get very tight. And if you're not doing some type of rehabilitation exercise, it's very important that you do so. Otherwise, you're going to be at risk for muscle tears, muscle spasms, cramps, and soreness overall. Age isn't a number, it's how flexible you are. So make sure you can touch your toes, make sure you can stretch your hamstrings, your calves, go through your day-to-day life without feeling like you're straining any muscles, just trying to pick up the groceries. And that's really the best way that you can foolproof yourself from any injury that might come your way. Active recovery is super important as well. So going on walks, super light swims, aqua jogs, super chill training sessions outside of weightlifting, and that can really help promote recovery as well, help promote good blood flow into the system, into the body, really shuttle it into the muscles where you want it to recover. And that's just some ways that you can recover like a champion. And if you do all those 3 things that I mentioned, you will become a better athlete. So I actually just picked up some trail running shoes from Salomon. They're Gore-Tex. I don't know the exact model. I think they're the Thundercross. Super stoked on these. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you see I'm running in the snow. I'm gonna be doing a lot more trail running now too. Just kind of switch up the training, more functional. So I'm super stoked on these. I'm gonna do a review on them pretty soon. Sized up 10.5 in these. Feeling a lot better, especially if you're gonna be trail running. You wanna make sure you have a lot of room to kind of move around. You don't want to have your feet bash the front consistently, especially if you're gonna be swelling and running for long periods of time. Guys, my apparel sponsor, has some of the best lifting and running gear in the game. Use their rest day later shorts pretty much on every single run. The hats have dry sweat material, so you're not gonna have all of that flakiness come onto the hat if you're a heavy sweater like me. I've been using the weighted vest a lot lately as well too. Super good for calisthenics workouts, weighted runs, weighted pull-ups. And just really good for all functional training. So if you guys want to get yourself some apparel, you can use code Jordan at checkout. That'll save you 10% off. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.